on Instagram. So
come on, people.
Yo. Sipping with Serpents, episode 43.
Come on.
Oh, hang on. I can't leave my dude back there. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
You gotta put the stunning shades on.
You know it. We got a special guest in the house, Tommy Maxwell. Y'all probably know him. I'm sure y'all have seen him on YouTube and Instagram. Pretty sure every platform he's got. But Tommy's Reptiles. And it's going to be a great episode. Like you read in the description, he's a veteran. You know, we're going to talk. I wanted to hit a little bit on that because we love our veterans here.
Facts.
And we got a few ads to throw out. And then we're going to bring him up.
Come on.
So I think the first thing I'm going to lead with, since he is a veteran, we're going to go with Deeds Not Words, everybody. If you don't know what Operation Deeds Not Words is, go to www.thefatmannation.com and get your swag. 100% of the proceeds go to Camp Freedom. Look it up. It's worth it. You know what I'm saying? Don't slack on the USA.
Look at that. Get your free 60 days, guys. Why wouldn't you? RWHP 60. Go to Husbandry Pro. Get your 60 days free.
It's free.
If you already have it and you're already paying for it, you could stack it on top of what you already have. And you're good to go.
I mean, I love it. I think you'll love it too. And you know what I also think they'll love is a new cocoa supplier. If y'all are, and most people are already using Chris at BNS, let's just be real. It's pretty good stuff. I like the cocoa to go. He's got that and the chipper. So go get you both kinds and try them both out and see which one you prefer. Let's go.
Look, hit up Chris. Get your cocoa to go with 18-pound bags, or you can get your chipper in 10-pound blocks. You soak them yourself, and it could be like 18-pound bags. You know what I'm saying?
See it up there? You got the chipper on deck.
Let's go.
I'm a cocoa to go guy, but I like to keep a little chipper around. And while you're at it, everybody, I've been hearing a bunch of talk lately about reptile selling platforms and all the drama and all the BS that's going on behind it. Y'all go check out Reptile ads. Try it out. It's free until October. Do it.
ReptileAds.com is the modern marketplace for buying and selling reptiles, amphibians, and exotic pets. Built by Purple Turtle Technologies, we're creating the most trusted platform in the industry. Join thousands of breeders and collectors on the most trusted reptile marketplace. List your animals, connect with buyers, and grow your business with Reptile ads. Enjoy our easy access to stores as well as a genetic calculator for your convenience. Stop by and check us out today.
The Purple Turtle shit gets me every time.
Every time, bro. Purple Turtle Technologies.
Like the actual real Purple Turtle back there on the PC, just like.
Dude, that's a good image. We should get a shirt. We should do a shirt for Zach. Shout out to Zach.
Come on.
But we got some more commercials, but I'm not waiting no more. I don't care. He's sitting back there looking coolio with them shades on, bro. So everybody, let's give a big thank you for coming out tonight on the Sippin' Show in the chat to Tommy.
Tommy.
What's
up, guys?
Woo!
You gotta
Shoot.
pause.
Hell yeah! What's up, man? I love the glasses, man.
Thanks,
said
man. I
that-
couldn't leave you hanging.
I love it. I love it. We're gonna run through some chat real quick, and then we'll get to drinking and just talking, man. You're an interesting guy, and I'm sure you got some interesting stories. Ooh,
All right, man.
RWO. What's up, RWO?
Let's go.
G Paul. I hope you're doing well, man. Saturday.
Technically, would be first. You know, I don't count RWO or this chooch here. So G Paul, you are technically first. Brave, what up?
Brave, what's up, man? Thanks for
Yeah,
coming. Tara, I'll drink to you, Tara. You're awesome. You've come to every freaking show that we do.
And they make some good bird toys, guys. Y'all need some good bird toys to get ripped up and tore up like my birds do. Hit them up. Jay Greenline.
Another veteran in the house. We got a commercial for him later. Y'all stick around for the best reptile commercial in the business.
Got Platinum.
Platinum, what's up, man? Hope all is well. Thanks for stopping by.
Got Duval.
Duval, what's up? It's like a superhero, bro. He's everywhere.
Got Macklemore.
Matt, what's up, man? Good to see you.
Always another one that shows up every time. Mitzi.
I'm gonna have to go get another beer here in a minute.
Got Jamie. Another big show up. Come on.
Tired God.
Got the Morph Ball.
What's up, Rage? Rage.
And I'm scrolling.
We got keys in the house.
So let's go.
What's up, man?
EDM.
That's it. What's up, Melissa? Is that boy eating yet for y'all? I'm sure he is. He's a savage.
Which one was that? Is that the bamboo?
The bamboo inchy.
I was
He is
looking
a-
at
he's a stunner, dude. What's up, Catalina?
Got Rhonda.
Have we got some spider people? Love Rhonda.
Got our plant people.
Kiko, my carnivorous dude.
Actually, he's got some geckos now. There's another new strictly business. Come
Strictly business, man. I talk to them every once in a while on Instagram. They actually came over from Instagram. So if anyone is watching on Instagram, come over to YouTube. Links in the description. Thank you for coming over, Constrictly.
on. Look at
Eric
this.
G.
Come on.
My homie smashed it.
Yeah, I already know it. I'm sure that's it. I think we got everybody, homie.
Hell yeah. Well, thank all of y'all for coming out.
Back.
And since Brave wants to do this, I'm going to go ahead and finish this and go get another beer while Tommy introduces himself. So, Tommy, where are you from, man? What's your deal, man?
My name's Tommy Maxwell. I'm originally from a small town in Connecticut called Branford. It's kind of a boring New England town, you know. Grew up there, and I guess when I was like 4 or 5, I'm going to get right into the reptile. How I got into reptiles.
Yeah, for sure.
Because everybody has either like a similar story or something similar to what I'm about to say, but something like usually something triggers it. And so when I was a little kid, my mom, I'm old enough where when you go to it was a video store with VHS tapes. You know, not a lot of people know what those are anymore, but my mom would let me pick out a movie or whatever, and there is this. Oh, it was like a crappy B movie, but it's called Frog, and so I just saw because I already liked frogs, so I took it and then put it in the VHS player, and in the movie, it's like an '80s movie. This nerdy kid, like it's kind of about this kid and how he's a nerd and he's trying to get this girl or whatever, but he goes into his garage and it's like a reptile room, but you know, in the '80s people were keeping everything in little fish tanks, but at that time I was like, oh my god, that is amazing! Look at that. He had snakes, like a tegu, iguanas, and all that. And immediately I'm like, I want that life, you know. And so I was like 4 or 5, and then And then I had my mom like it would take me to the local pond and I'd catch like eastern painted turtles and snapping turtles and frogs and stuff like that. And then I would start begging them for a pet iguana, and they kind of they gave in when I was 7. Probably the worst pet for a 7-year-old is a iguana, you know. And so I was like paying attention to it for like 2 months, and then I kind of forgot about it. And my mom ended up taking care of it for like 5 years, and it got huge. It outgrew the fish tank it was in, and then we gave it to a local pet shop. But yeah, that iguana got like 4 feet or whatever, and yeah, so we gave it to a local pet shop, and then I kind of didn't have reptiles as pets for a while until I got into like middle school, and then I had like 3 tanks in my room all the time. I had like all kinds of stuff, you know, day geckos, various types of lizards and stuff like that. Yeah,
so your parents were pretty straight about reptiles. And by the way, everybody, there's a poll down below me. Type 1 or 2 for your answer through the show. Thank you. What about how old were you when you started getting your reptiles and stuff?
Yeah, so I got that first one. I won't really count, but the first one I ever got, I was 7. But then after that, I would say probably 12. I started up again, and I was actually taking care of them at this time, and so you know, all kinds of stuff happened. One of my day gecko got out and never found it. It was outside, got out in my house somewhere, but I had.
Well, that was 90s. That was like 90s, early 2000s keeping.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I would assume you seem about the same age as me. So
yeah,
like,
I'm 39. I'm 39, about to be 40 in July.
I'll be 38 in March. I just turned 7, but yeah, the keeping in the 90s was wild, right? Like it was another ball game. We talk about that often. So
yeah,
reeled back there was moving around.
A B movie is what got you into it.
Yeah, and then like to pile onto that, so that was the main thing, and I would rent it all the time. Like every so often, I'd be like, I want to watch Frog again. So I'd rent it over and over again. But then also at this time, as you know, Ninja Turtles were getting big. So Turtle
Power.
Yeah, and then most like when little, small, when I was a toddler or whatever, like some little boys go to trucks, some go to dinosaurs. I was obviously the dinosaur guy, and so it's just everything. Just when my mom's like, because my mom sees my house and she feels bad for my wife, and I was like, it's your fault. You let me rent that movie, you know.
I remember Blockbusters, and
yeah,
there's supposedly a Blockbuster somewhere
like or something, right?
Yeah, somewhere weird, somewhere random.
Yeah,
and it's supposedly the last one you can still go, and they still have a dirty movie section, like the old days.
Oh,
like
wow.
It's legit. Like it's a legit. You can get your little mint candies. What are they? Junior mint. And all the popcorn and all that, dude, it's badass. And they still have VHSs and DVDs and stuff. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I miss those days when I used to love going to rent movies. I love going to the movie theaters, but it's like kind of dying out. But anytime a movie that I want to watch comes out, I try to see it in theater. Like the last real big one that I was really excited about to see was the new Top Gun. I don't know if you guys saw that, but that one was pretty crazy.
Dude, I haven't been to the movies probably since like before 9/11.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, probably. Honestly, yeah. Yeah. So what? Do what? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say you're from Georgia originally.
Yeah.
And then Justin, you are you from Jacksonville?
Yeah, I'm from Jacksonville. Yep.
Yeah, I lived there in Jacksonville for probably like 8 years.
Let's go.
I used to go to. Have you ever been to Lynch's? I used to go to Lynch's all the time.
Yep. Oh hell yeah!
Yep.
I've been to Lynch's. Hell yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that Freebirds.
Yep.
Which you probably know, that's where all the popular bands would go. Was Freebirds,
Yep.
and then you have like what's the double bar over there at Jack's Beach too? It's 2 stories. It's a little like beach house.
Oh yeah, well, there's one called Surfer Bar, and then there was another
bar. Yep.
Yeah, and then there was another 2-story one. I think it always gets different owners or whatever, but it's across the street, a little down the block. But I just like Lynch's because it's just a crazy Irish pub, and they always have live music, and it's just kind of fun,
So where did you say you are? You're
right now.
Yeah, where do you live right now?
South Florida. I live in a small town. It's kind of right near Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
Lauderdale is like the closest bigger city near me.
Awesome. So do you go to like the Daytona Reptile Breeders Expo?
Nah, I actually don't go to a lot of reptile shows or anything. I kind of want to start going more often, but there was just a big reptile show. Well, not just, but maybe a year ago. My cousin also lives down here, and she's like, "You want to go to this reptile show?" And it was up. It was a huge one. I can't remember what it was called, but it was. It's not good for me to go there because all I want to do is just buy all kinds of crazy stuff. You know,
Yeah.
You have to have self-control, Tommy.
yeah. I couldn't. My wife was impressed because she went, and I was like, I'm gonna try not to buy anything, but I might if I see something I need, I might get it. And I walked out with nothing, and I was like, wow. I was because I love monitors. I would say monitors, and frilled dragons are my favorite lizard and everything, but I'm a big monitor nerd. And then I just found this monitor section, and I was like trying to talk myself into getting a monitor I don't need. It was what was it? It was they had a bunch of baby mangrove monitors, and I was like, I think I could find a reason to get this. And then I was like, you don't need that right now, you know.
Don't you have a mangrove?
No, I got a quince. Same as you know the
Is that the one? Is that the one that leaks?
Yep.
Okay. What's up, Adrian? Yeah. Adrian, that's our Ninja Turtle, right? Yeah.
Yo, what's up, dude?
He heard Turtle Power and he popped in. I swear to God.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. One day, I don't know how you guys, with your schedule. One day we should have a joint episode with Adrian and I on at the same time. If you guys could ever do something like that,
dude. I've been trying to get Adrian on a Saturday. We've had him on our coffee and snake poop episodes, like in the morning.
Yeah,
because he'll do it. He'll do it from school. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But he's been on my channel before on a live, but I can't get him on a Saturday night.
I'll get him.
Oh, shut up! You are such a crybaby, bro. There's no way that you're being for real.
Right, you keep a lot of frills. Then you got a lot of frilled dragons.
Well, right now I only have 2. I used to have 5. Well, I used to have 6. I had a crazy thing happen. So I had kept some outside, and then I have a pair inside. And I kept them separate, and the ones outside I never got them tested, but the same thing happened to all 3 of them within like a really short period of time. It must be a parasite or something, but they were all eating like they normally eat for years. They were just eating they're like kind of like bearded dragons. They're kind of like pigs. They'll eat pretty much as much as you'll give them, and then they all were losing weight and all got deflated, and I was like feeding them more and more and more, and they just couldn't keep weight on, and I should have brought them to the reptile vet right up the street, but at the time I didn't know that there was a reptile vet a mile away from my house, and so they all died within like a short period of time, and one of them was older.
Outside, you damn sure gotta worm them.
Yeah, I was to say, could have been eating the bugs or something outside, or no?
Oh well, the only so the weird thing where I live is there's the cane toads, and so I made the enclosure on the bottom 2 feet. I have it's all flat plastic sheets around it, so big toads definitely can't get in. But the babies are so tiny that they can probably get through a little crack, and then maybe they stay in there. And but I don't think that it was a cane toad. I think I should have. Yeah, I didn't know any. Like I got out of the reptile game for quite some time when I was in the military, and then I came back in. So I'm still kind of behind the power curve. So now I know all about that stuff. I learned the hard way. It sucks because I love those lizards. So I got a pair of green tree monitors, and the guy I got them from told me they were super healthy and everything. And then I was talking to some people in a group, and they're like, "Oh, you got to bring that to the vet." And I was like, "Oh, the guy told me they're good." And then one of them started getting sick, and then I had like 5 years, nothing died. Everything was good, no problems. And then within 1 year, I had all these problems. So now I'm like super careful. But so I brought the surviving green tree monitor to the vet, and the guy who gave me them, he didn't do anything that he's supposed to do. So they had it had a parasite. Luckily, I had to give this one injections, oral. I had to give it like oral antibiotics for like a few months, and I can't remember what the shot was I had to give it, but it had giardia, and then it had abscesses inside its mouth, and so we got that all cleared up, and she is good to go, 100% clean bill of health. Now I will never get reptiles from that guy again. So
if you keep them outside, I mean, it's the thing. Like my monitor's outside, and I have a bunch of anoles out there, like green anoles.
Yep, I have
And I
those here too.
mean, I'm almost 100% positive that they do get in that cage. And
Oh yeah, they get mine.
if that monitor sees that lizard, it's game on. I mean, it's
Yep.
not gonna hesitate to eat it, bro. The same with
Yeah,
a toad or anything, anything that can get in there, especially if it's alive. Like most monitors are like, oh, you're alive? Okay, let's play.
Yeah.
Let's have playtime. It's playtime now.
Yeah, I keep my my green tree monitor right now. It lives inside, but I have an enclosure, and I'm going to eventually get. I want to keep a
Dude,
pair
that's what I
inside.
wanted to talk about. How's that enclosure outside going? I seen your build videos. I hate how you tease everybody, but I
Well,
I like the enclosure.
thanks, man. Well, the first one I ever built was the same style. It's 4 foot long, 6 foot high, 4 foot in depth. That one
But
I built in 1 weekend, and I made a whole video about it real quick, and it was like pretty quick. And then I was like thinking the same thing for this big one. And then after the first day, I was like exhausted. I'm like, I don't think I can do this in 1 weekend. So I'm just like, and I'm taking my time to make because I want to make this fully escape proof because Frill Dragon, because that other one, the old one was for Frill Dragons, and they're not really escape artists or anything. But obviously, as you guys know, monitors are super good at escaping. So I want to make this thing escape proof to the max.
You know what my lock is for my Asian water monitor's door?
What is it?
A fucking impact drill and a wood screw, bro. 2 wood screws.
I'll be using a padlock. On.
Well, I'm telling you, dude, if you don't do shit like you have to use, people will put those little finger latches, those what are they called, closet hook latch or whatever the fuck it is. It goes in the island, and I'm like, I've seen my monitor. That's why I have screws because I've seen my lizard push that kind of stuff out and it bends it. Like it's insane how strong and how inquisitive monitors are. Like Justin, he got his black dragon. Now he's got the itch. And I've always loved big lizards. I grew up, in the 90s. So it was like iguanas and stuff. Like my dad had a iguana we called Godzilla, and it lived outside in Georgia, and it got every bit of 6 foot long, bro. A big male.
Yeah.
I mean, he was massive. And he got so big you couldn't hold him or anything that he just lived out there in the damn tree. My dad built a cage that went up in the tree.
Oh,
And
that
he
is
built
awesome.
it was dope. My dad, man,
Do you
he's probably the reason why I am the way I am, honestly, with music.
Do you have any pictures of that enclosure?
Dude, no, because I mean, back then it wasn't like, oh, let me take a picture of this, let me document this like it is now. Pictures were reserved for like, I mean, we have pictures. I'm sure my dad has pictures of the iguana, like, because my dad and my mom, they were separated my whole life. And my dad always had an apartment when I was a little kid. And when he got the iguana, it was a little baby, right? And then he let the iguana back then. People really just, like Justin's mama did it. She had a doggy bed for her iguana. People would just let them free roam the house, bro, and it would go up in the closet for a few days at a time and come out and fuck off and eat whatever, go bask in the sun. But then when he moved, he built that big cage because I mean he had a big ass. He built a melamine. It was probably like 7 or 8 foot long by like 4 foot high, and then he built a channel that went up on the side of it that was like 8 foot tall. And put a tree in the cage so the tree could grow up and the lizard couldn't get out of the cage, right? So it was pretty dope. But once it gets it's just like a big monitor. Once they get so big, if you cannot keep it outside, then you have to have massive stuff. And it's like, it makes me want to freaking just bash my head up against the wall when I see people with huge, huge water monitors, right? With a little exoterra. I mean, they're not little, they're about this big, but those water dishes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's their only water. I'm like, do people understand that these type of monitors live in the water? Like they stay swimming. Yeah, they're like fish lizards.
You go get you a cow trough for them waters, you know what I'm saying, and put it in one and let it get in one of those.
Yeah,
that's why I love watching build videos like you do. Like you're doing because it's inspiration to other people and other keepers. Like, hey, we don't have to keep them in this box. We can go and get some wood. And I mean, of course, if you live in Canada or something, you probably can't do it, but so many times, so many days a year. But the more you can get them outside, the better. But like you said, you do have to watch that parasite, load and different things. It's more maintenance for sure. If you keep them inside, you're never going to get worms if you're feeding them industrialized, produced food. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It is different.
And for me, it's like it's been like a journey of sounds kind of nerdy, but like a journey of learning because when I started getting back into reptiles again, this was in 2020. I started getting turtles and stuff in 2017, 2018 for the first time since
What
I was
was the
pretty much
first
a kid.
turtle you got around that time?
So the first, this is a stupid idea. So, my wife and I went to, you guys ever been to Trader Joe's, the grocery store?
For sure.
So I don't like, it's always crowded and packed with like middle-aged women that are like on a mission and they're like all, cutting you off the shopping carts. And I was in there and I was like about to have a panic attack. And my wife's like, why don't you just go into PetSmart next door? And at this time I had nothing for years, and I was like, all right. And then I went into the pet shop and then I was looking at the fish tanks and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get a little 5-gallon fish tank. And it just triggered all kinds. So I had the fish tank going and then I was like, I want to get a 10-gallon. Why don't I get a 20-gallon? And then I was like, wait, I forgot that I like reptiles way more than fish. I bet I could get turtles somehow. And then I found out you could order. I didn't know you could order them online until this period. And then I found this website called the Turtle Source. And and then I was just going through looking and I was like, I didn't do any freaking research. I was just pretty much an idiot. And I was like, oh, Mississippi map turtles, that looks pretty cool. And then a Belize slider, that looks pretty cool. They mailed them to me. I put them in the fish tank. I made a cool little, actually, the basking area, I put I knocked out the glass at the bottom of the fish tank and then stacked it on the big fish tank and then put like a little ramp and a little basking area.
That's
so
badass.
It was pretty,
cool.
it was pretty cool. But those are the turtles I got. And then all of a sudden I was like, wait a second, you can actually own a diamondback terrapin. And that I got in this whole nerd fest about that for like a year. And then I got a diamondback terrapin, and that's definitely my favorite turtle.
Those are one of the most beautiful turtles I've ever seen.
Yep.
For sure. So you're a turtle nerd for real. It goes deeper than the Ninja Turtles, though, I think. It seems like you really gravitate toward turtles.
Yeah, I tell people sometimes because they're like, because all of us have so many reptiles. They're like, if you had to get rid of all of your reptiles and you could only keep one, I would keep my small male diamondback terrapin.
Hell yeah, they're very personable too. Like they have personality. Terrapins, I've noticed, the diamondback, they have personalities. Like they're really cool little turtles, man. Like,
my male terrapin, I think he's got some mental issues. So I'll try to send you guys a video when I can. But sometimes in my reptile room on like Saturday nights, typically I'll be in here having a couple of drinks, like watch a UFC fight or whatever, and then looking at my fish tanks and my reptiles.
Hopefully, if you're in your reptile room drinking on a Saturday night, you're watching the Sippin' with Serpents show.
I did. Yeah, I have been. I actually have been. But so sometimes I'll be zoning out. Like I'll get bored of the UFC fight or whatever, and then my terrapin is underwater, and it's like he's just realizing he has hands for the first time, and he's like this. He's like.
Like, oh man, dude.
Yeah, and he just does this over and over again for like 10 minutes. I'll film it and I'll send you guys it. But I'm like, dude, something's wrong with it.
You have to, bro. You have to send that.
I got hands. I can move these things.
And I bet it looks so cute and so derpy because it's a diamondback terrapin, and they already have that derpy. Turtles and tortoises. They always have that derpy ass face, and then the chomper, whatever, the beak or whatever. It looks so damn funny to me, dude.
Yeah.
What do diamondback terrapins eat? I never thought.
You can feed them like an array. I mean, just like anything. I try to give it the most variety, but you can feed them shrimp. You could feed them various fish, and then also give them like the regular aquatic turtle food diet,
Okay.
kind of as a staple to make sure it gets all the right amount of calcium and all that stuff.
Well, I was gonna
But,
say a lot of people like I see that have turtles feed it a lot of like vegetable stuff, and I'm like, I guess it's different. Turtles need different things, but I ain't never seen no damn aquatic turtle eating vegetables.
Yeah, they say like people say you can feed your turtles, aquatic turtles, fruits and veggies, but I really don't feed them that pretty much ever, because if they're not going to eat it in the wild, I'm not going to feed it to them. I try to give them, like, terrapins are not going to be eating freaking strawberries.
What's up, Dustin? Yeah, I'm very big on natural prey, right? Like my water monitor, everybody says, I guess it's not a thing, but I like to feed a lot of aquatic stuff. Like a lot of people, I guess, are just like, fill it with rats. And I'm like, yeah, I do give it rats and stuff, but like, I feel like it's not something that they're eating. Like they're not a monitor in the wild might get a rat every once in a while, bro. But it can't be as common. It's I take it back. A water monitor, that specific monitor, because they're in the water so much, you would assume they're eating snakes, other reptiles like frogs and shit, and like fish. And we all know they eat like crustaceans, but like people now, they'll tell you like, just give it rats. That's all you got to give it. Just give it rats. And I don't know. I'm weird. Like, I guess it's not weird, but I am very big on feeding it what it'll eat in the wild, as close as I can. Of course, I can't get African rats from my ball python because I live in Alabama. But
I feed. That's probably the food item I feed my Quincy monitor the least is mice or rats. I do give it to them. Maybe once every 2 months.
It's a good calcium source,
Yeah, for the bones and everything. But typically, I try to feed him things that I think he'll eat in the wild. So I give him like, shrimp. Something I have been giving him. I'm getting some people are like saying that you shouldn't give it to monitors, but once in a while I'll mix up what do you call it, like the calcium powder. And then I'll get like lean ground turkey meat and organic lean ground turkey meat, and I kind of mix it up. And then sometimes I'll put other stuff in there, like chopped up shrimp or whatever, and I'll crack an egg in there, and he likes that.
People have said to me for so long, don't give a monitor turkey, right?
Yeah,
but it's variety, bro.
Yep.
And that's the thing. You can give them all kind of different shit, but you don't want to just stick to that. Yeah. The thing with me is when I buy a turkey, I look at the protein and the fat to fat ratio or whatever,
Yep.
And if I feel like it needs it, I get the higher fat content, or I'll get the higher protein content. You know what I'm saying? And it's not, I hate when people do that to people, man. It's like, I don't know. It really does grind my gears.
With my Quince monitor, I actually try to never feed him the same thing twice in a row. So like if I feed him turkey, for a week, I'll give him I kind of feed him every other day or every 2 days, depending on how his weight is. But if I go from turkey that week, then the next week I'll do something completely different. I'll do all shrimp. Then the next week I might do one or two little rats or whatever, and then I'll do something else. But I always keep cycling it. And I mean, he looks great. He's not overweight, he's not underweight, and so I feel pretty good about it.
It's all about knowing your animal, right? And like Jamie said, eggs, of course. Eggs are like one of the best things you can get.
Of course,
and it's not just monitors. I mean, a lot of lizards will benefit from eating eggs. You get bearded dragon's eggs. If you need to. I mean, you don't want to give them eggs every day, right? But it's variety, people. The variety is the spice of life.
Yep, I give my. I think I might be the only person that ever. I mean, not a lot of people have frilled dragons, but I'll make hard-boiled eggs sometimes for the monitors, and then I'll cut off some egg whites into like little like strips that are kind of like almost like the shape of just a long strip, and then I'll feed them to my frilled dragons so they get a little different type of protein, and I'll give my frilled dragons like egg whites. strips like maybe once a month or so, and they love it, and I know it's good for them, you know.
Well, he like Adrian said, they said about them worms, but like my redfoot tortoise stays outside, right?
Yeah.
And I remember one day I never fed it worms, never thought about it, right? Ever. But
Yeah.
it always ate like vegetables and fruit and tortoise diet, you know? So
It's
then,
a,
well, I went out there one day and I was filling up the water thing and I was washing it and I picked it up and dumped it. And there was a bunch of worms, like night crawlers under there, you know?
Yep.
Like they were like flopping around and shit because it was flooded. I flood the cage once a day because redfoots love to get in the mud and stuff. So I flood it out once a day. And it was over there. By the time I turned back around, it was eating them worms, pulling them out of the ground and just eating the crap out of them.
Yeah.
And I mean, so I looked it up and it says that they will eat them for protein, just like anything, right? They'll eat their turtles and tortoises will eat their doo-doo if they need that protein or whatever.
Yeah, it's funny that Adrian said that people tell him not to feed his box turtles worms because that's like probably one of the main things that box turtles eat in the wild is earthworms.
Yeah.
That's
and,
funny.
And Jamie, I've seen so many people feed blue tongues eggs, bro, or boiled eggs mashed up and shit. They'll give it to them, or like scrambled eggs with no salt and pepper or anything. I've seen blue tongues tear them up, dude. What's up, Dickie? So we've established you keep monitors and everything. What I mean, you keep snakes, right?
I have 2 Brazilian rainbow boas.
Okay.
I'm trying to breed those, but I think the male is a little too. He's not ready to breed yet. He's according to what I've read, he's like 4 or 5 years old. But I put him in with the female once in a while to see how they act, and the female seems like she wants to breed, but he just goes to the other side of the cage. So I'm just going to keep trying until he shows interest, you know.
Rainbow boas are cool as hell. I had a rainbow boa for a little while. It was pretty cool. It's hard I feel like it's not for an unexperienced keeper for sure. I feel like a lot of people say they're easy, but I don't think the requirements are kind of that easy. What do you think? Like as far as humidity, because I remember we had a hard time keeping humidity, and we felt like it was always too wet. You know, but they have to have such a high humidity and such a it was hard. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, when I first started reading about them, this is when I started being like, you know what, before I get these, because I used to just buy things on a whim like a idiot. So then I was like, I'm gonna stop doing that. So I was like, I wanted a Brazilian rainbow boa, so I spent a few months like researching it, reading the books about it, watching all the YouTube videos. I probably watched every Brazilian rainbow boa YouTube video, and a lot of people have good tips in these videos. So I got like the enclosures I have. I don't know if you guys have heard of black box cages. They're like they have good ventilation, but they're really good at keeping in, kind of like vision cages, really good at keeping in humidity. So I keep my rainbow boas in there, and typically I put like a damp cocoa fiber, and then once you keep spraying cocoa fiber, every couple of days for like a few weeks, so that kind of holds on to that moisture, and then I'll put like leaf litter over it. And but yeah, you're right. You have to have the humidity and temp. Like most snakes have like a warm side and then a cool side. And the warm side I only put up to like 83, and the cool side's at like 70, 73. And both rainbow boas are always only on the cool side. So it's all
that
about
was my issue. That was my issue, honestly. Not to cut you off, but I had a hard time keeping it. So I'm listening to what you're saying, and that was the hardest part of my keeping with it was it's because the hot. It doesn't have to be that hot, right? It's not. It wasn't hot enough in my case in my enclosure to make it humid enough.
Yep.
So I had to have
gotcha.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying. So I had to have a heat pad under a Tupperware with, you know what I'm saying, with a hole cut in the lid to where it could get humidity, but it never would go in there because it stayed on the cool side.
Yep.
A lot of the times, like it was always in the water too, bro. Like it would always be in the water. For like it was wild.
So when I get when I put my quince monitor outside, the enclosure he's in inside, I'm gonna try. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm gonna put the large female in his enclosure. I'm gonna revamp it for rainbow boas, but I want to try to keep them together permanently. I'm just gonna put a lot of hides in there. I don't know if it's. Some people say you shouldn't do it. Some people say it's possible, and they've done it. But I'm gonna try it. Worst case scenario, if it doesn't work, then I'll put the male back in his enclosure, and I'll keep the big female in the.
You're saying to keep them outside?
No, I'm saying keeping them together, the male and female.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, if she had she got knocked up and she was about to lay the neonates or whatever you call it, I would take the male out for that period of time. But I want to see if I can keep them together.
I think. I mean, I don't see why you couldn't, dude. I mean, I think that's all just. Man, you got to understand, man. Look, not to be offensive to people, but there's a lot of like warriors and people out there that just go ape shit over the dumbest stuff, bro. Like it's like keyboard warrior type shit, I guess. Fruit smoothie, but it's just like the people say about things that we used to do in the 90s about keeping, that you shouldn't do. Well, motherfucker, I had this in that enclosure for 20 years, and the animal lived longer than any animal you've ever had. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's a lot of people. What's up? Look,
sorry about that.
No, you're good. What's up? Where's he at? I love it. Look at that.
That is sick. So what is that? I know it's a
monitor. See that? So he ripped up that background I made. It has like 8 coats of dry lock, and he ripped right through it.
It's a quince monitor, I think he said.
Yep, quince monitor.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, he was talking about vision cages, and we're at that part of the show, everybody. You know what's coming. Go to www.visionproducts.us, baby.
Mark with Vision here. We're showing off the new Visionarium. See a couple examples here. These are going to be a new product from us coming out hopefully the end of the year. It is modeled off our V35 and V70 tub, 3X height. So we're doing about 15 inches on this. You'll have options for doors on one side or up to all 4 sides on each of the tubs. We got vents on the front and the back. We will have options for windows as well if you just want that instead of the doors. We'll have perforated options and glass options. This was the V35. This is going to be the V70, so you get a little bit bigger option. We have a bearded dragon set up here and a pixie frog in this one. Show a little bit of versatility of using it for a desert species versus tropical. We have lids that are built in as well. These are going to have options for your lighting. These are going to be a halogen light or an LED light, and they will snap into the lid. C5 lighting, other UVB and halogen lighting options. Options will be available for misters, temperature probes, and fans, depending on what the customer wants.
Let's go.
Everybody, scan that badass QR code right there. Look at that. Look at that. StreamYard kicking it up a notch. And we got one more. Okay. I can't leave my boy hanging.
Here at Greenline Morphs, I am dedicated to producing the very best in high-quality ball python combos while upholding the highest standards of integrity and customer service. Every ball python I produce is a reflection of my commitment to excellence. Health, genetics, and overall quality are my top priorities. I do not cut corners, and I will not compromise my integrity.
Owned and operated by 4-time combat veteran Jay Capps, Greenline Morphs is a military-oriented ball python breeding operation built on the core values of discipline, integrity, and attention to detail.
My mission is simple: to provide my customers with investment-quality ball pythons, backed by pristine customer service. Whether you're a breeder looking to elevate your collection or a collector searching for a standout animal, you can trust that every Greenline Morphs animal meets the highest standards in the industry.
Let's go.
As Ken says, everybody get your ass to Green Line Morse and get you some fucking integrity choochies. Okay?
Come
Do
on.
it. And speaking of veterans, Tommy, thank you and Jay and all of the people who fought for our right to drink beer on a Saturday night and play with our snakes.
Appreciate that, man.
USA,
Cheers.
USA.
Let's go.
Yeah, these cans are cool because they're little patriotic cans right here.
Hell yeah, happy dad. I love it. Yeah, we love.
Tommy, are you gonna build an outside enclosure for your monitor?
Sorry, what was that you said? Am I building an outdoor enclosure? You said?
Yeah, I say, are you gonna? Because you're in Florida, just like I am. Are you gonna build an outside enclosure for your monitor?
I think that's
Yep,
what
yep.
the one he's doing now is for.
Yep.
Heck,
Yeah. Yeah. So I should be done with that project. If I hopefully within 2 weeks. And then and then the hard part is going to be finding the branch, the driftwood, and then the driftwood's so big. You know, how do you can't boil it because I want big branches. So I have a pond lake behind my house. So I might tie some rocks to it and then sink it in there and leave it in the water and so all the stuff will come out of it. And then who knows? I don't know what to do. I mean, I think that's the only thing I can do because I can't boil it.
Could you bleach it? Like, I
You
mean, that's
can,
what
you can
yeah.
leave it. You can set it in that hot ass sun too.
that's what we used to do with, like, back in the day when my mom had the Keys, when you could get coral out the water. You know, she would come back with a bunch of coral and bleach it and let it sit all out in the sun and sun dry and rinse it all off. And I wonder if you could.
That is a good idea. I'll
Speaking-
probably do both.
Speaking of Navy, not to cut you off, but that's what you did, right, Tommy?
Yeah, I was in the Navy for 10 years.
All right,
Yep.
everybody, that's our homie right there. He's in the Philippines right now,
Let's
and
go.
he
Oh,
rides
wow.
around. He rides around on those floating cities. You know what I'm saying? So everybody,
Go
give a
Navy, man.
shout out. Do I know?
Black Lagoon creatures.
Creatures. Yeah, Tyson.
Check him
He's
out.
awesome, dude.
Awesome, man.
That's awesome stuff.
But hell yeah. No, that cage you're building is badass. But like you said, the wood, you can bleach it, Justin. But then if you bleach it, it's absorbent. So it's going to absorb that chemical. So I've heard of people when they have really big ass pieces of logs and stumps and shit, they'll put it out in that hot sun in the like direct sunlight for like days.
Well, the thing is too, like, if you use just straight chlorine, if you let it dry out in the sun, chlorine turns to salt, so it really won't. Once
Does
it's dry,
it? Okay.
So that's why when I pressure wash, I use chlorine on houses.
I just seen a video of a dude that was cleaning a old wood fence, and he had chlorine, and he sprayed that fence, and within seconds you saw it change from black to brand new, bro.
Yeah, we do that all the time.
It was crazy, dude. It was like magic. You know?
But yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I wouldn't technically use like Clorox. I'd go get chlorine, but for sure, that's what I watched my mom doing it with coral, and then we'd put that coral in fish tanks and shit. You know, so you would
hell
think,
yeah, hell yeah.
fuck fish up or whatever, but no, it turns to salt.
I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about like Clorox. I didn't think about the bleach or the chlorine thing.
Yep.
That's pretty good to know. Maybe you could do that, Tommy. You should look into that.
Yeah, I definitely will. I probably will. The first couple days, I probably will sink it to get the critters to come out from the inside, and then
Yeah.
I'll lay it out in the hot sun and pour the chlorine on it and all that.
You need to make sure no cane toads.
You got my
Yeah.
bad. You got plenty of driftwood around you. You're in Florida, man. You got plenty of that shit everywhere.
Yeah, I should just go to the beach and because there's a couple spots near where I am, and a lot of people find it there. I probably will go there, and then I want to go out into the woods and because there's a lot of places in the Everglades where it's like a bunch of just dead old freaking. I don't know if you call it driftwood because it wasn't drifting, but just old dead dried out wood. So I'll
Got
probably
two
go out there
Florida
too.
boys in the house tonight, everybody. Two Florida boys.
You should know about. I can't. What is it called? I don't remember the name of the island, but we call it Bones Island, and it's literally like a little beach you pull up, which is also off of a reservation here, and literally it's all these old trees out there on the beach,
Yeah.
you know, and it looks
Yeah.
coming from a boat from a distance, it looks like a bunch of bones laid out there, you know.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That was probably some pirate island.
Yes, I was like, man, you know what?
Hey, Justin, how old is your black dragon?
She's probably like 5 to 6 months. So she's still a little baby, but she's definitely like she's fatty right now. She just ate 2 pinkies yesterday, and I gave her another one today. And I was like, "Bro, I can give you another one. Your freaking belly swelled up." And she went over there and just laid sleeping.
We got 2 rescue swimmers. Wait, oh, dude, Black Lagoon is a freaking rescue swimmer also? What's the chances of that? That's awesome, man.
I think he does the fire on there. I think he's a fire guy, maybe. He has like red.
Oh yeah, gotcha. He might be a rescue swimmer on the shippies on though. I think we'll see what he says.
I'm not sure. Yeah, Tyson, let us know what you do, man. I thought he was like maybe a firefighter. Maybe I thought I seen a video. He had like a red, something red. Okay, here we go.
Oh, I guess there's another. Gotcha. He's a damage controlman.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what the rating is. I've been out for quite a little while, so I might have forgot how to say whatever.
What was your years? When were you enlisted?
2010 to 2020.
Oh, for real? So you're not long out. 6 years really ain't a long time to do 10.
But I forgot a lot since I've been out, man. Like I'll talk to my friends who are still in, and they'll be talking to me about stuff that I used to do, or like things you should have remembered. I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about, man. I data dumped all that stuff. I don't have any space for that anymore. I need it for reptiles, man.
Hell yeah, dude. That's funny as shit. So what do you let's see where our poll's at. Y'all want to see where our poll is? Everybody, don't forget, type 1 or 2 for the poll. I want to know. I'm trying this new thing out. So StreamYard gives us polls, and it's an interactive thing you can do on the chat. Just type 1 or 2 in the comments, and it'll read it.
But lizards.
Wait, if you had to choose between the 2, what 2?
Snake is number 1, and lizard is number 2. I just made it simple. I didn't
would you guys go snake?
I went lizard.
I'm going lizard. Yeah, all day I'm going
lizard guy. Yeah, I'm a lizard dude. Everybody's going snake. I mean, we are sipping with serpents. I do breed snakes, but I'm a lizard. Like you said, I love my lizards. You know, that's what I grew up around, and they're just a big, impressive lizard. Is like, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just be real. Like, it's nothing other than it's badass. Like, it is badass to have a big. That's the only reason, people. It's not friendly. They'll break you financially. You know, they eat so much. They need big. It's literally draining, but they're just badass. Like your friend will come over. Hey, man, check this out. You know, it's like having a lion in your living room.
I can't wait for my daughter to be walking around the neighborhood with a freaking 6-foot black dragon on a freaking harness. Like, what's up, guys?
Justin, did you see that snake? Adrian had that snake out, letting the neighborhood kids see it. Yeah.
He took it to school. All the kids in school were checking it out and stuff. I was like, heck yeah, come on.
What's up, Unlock? Thanks for stopping by, man. Go ahead and everybody hit that sub button.
And the kids' eyes, that's definitely my favorite part about it all is watching my daughter and all her friends that she'll bring over, and then she's like, check this out, and then like pulling it out, and then they're scared to touch it, and my daughter's just sitting like a champ, like, check it out, like.
Oh shit. Okay, I take it back. But so you're saying you want to breed your rainbow boas? Do you have anything? Do you breed, or are you just a keeper? For the most part. Or?
I'm a rookie breeder. So when I was in Virginia, when I started talking to Adrian on Instagram, we're both box turtle nerds, and so I rescued some box turtles from this sketchy guy in West Virginia, and I had to drive like 8 hours to pick them up, and he gave me a box of 3 box turtles. One had its shell like cracked up and all messed up and patched back together. It was ran over by a lawnmower. I named that one Lawnmower, and then one had its leg ripped off by a raccoon. I named that one Tripod, and then the other one was perfect. She was just she had an owner, and the owner died of old age. So I had 3 female. I didn't know if they were males or females. I just made a sanctuary in my backyard, put them in there. I'm like, oh, I felt good about myself. I rescued some turtles. And then this kid at work in the Navy with me, he's like, hey, my stepdad's trying to get rid of the same type of turtles. He doesn't want them anymore. You want them? And I was like, sure, man. And those ended up being 2 males. I didn't even think anything about it. I just put them all in the enclosure, and then all of a sudden, every like few weeks, one of the females was digging a hole, and I was like, whoa, that's cool. Laying eggs. And I was like, and then I YouTubed how to make an incubator, and I ended up hatching over 100 baby eastern box turtle hatchlings. And then I was like, oh,
let's go ahead and say that you can't even sell them, right?
yeah. So I didn't know that at the time, and then the law or whatever in Virginia. I lived in Virginia at the time. The law there was you're not allowed to sell them, but you can gift them away. So I had to gift away 100 baby turtles. So I was like hustling all online and finding people that keep them and stuff. And I ended up giving all of them away. But I still have the first one I ever hatched out of an egg is lives outside my yard. All the other ones I got homes for and stuff. But yeah. So long story short, I want to breed. I want to breed field dragons, green tree monitors, and my rainbow boas. And then I haven't really made up my mind, but a lot of people are trying to talk me into breeding my quince monitor because not a lot of people in the U.S. breed them or are successful at it.
I can concur with that. I can agree with that statement.
That'd be cool.
You don't really see a lot of captive bred breeders for quince monitor. It's not like a thing. You'll probably see a few every once in a while at a show, but it's not like big, you know.
Yeah, the only guy I know of, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he's a cool guy. He's from Canada, and he owns like a reptile shop. But he's like one of the only guys in North America to do it. He's the only one I know of who did it, and he has a cool like story. And people are like, "What did you do? Did you like separate them and then let them go?" He's to mate and stuff. He's like, "I just kept them together, and every couple months the female would just lay eggs, and I would collect them and hatch them out." I'm like, Sounds easy.
Co-have them, yeah.
You just co-have them. Yep. That's kind of what I want to do. I want to get into blue tree monitors, and that's what I'm trying to work towards next is getting into blue trees. And that's kind of what I want to do is kind of maybe just get a big enclosure and co-have them and have them all plenty of spaces to get away from each other, you know, and
that
see
would
how.
That would be awesome. I love blue trees. And when I was getting them, I was like, because I really love both of them, green and blue. And I don't know, something about when I was a little kid, I would always see the green ones in magazines and stuff. And I think I just figured out that there are blue ones maybe 10 years ago, but those ones are freaking.
Bro, I just found out about the black tree not even a year ago.
Well, Justin, are they legal in Florida yet, or because they made them illegal, right, to sell here or something like that, right?
No, they were illegal to sell because they put a ban. They put a pause button on it because they were saying that they were maybe endangered or going endangered. So they put a ban on the selling and all that of them, and then until they did the research, and then apparently they did the research because when I went to Daytona, we were looking for them and you couldn't find them. And that's why
it only went on for like a year and a half.
Yeah, but now you can. Yeah, the ban is lifted. It's not.
And once they found out so many people out there that had them and that were actually breeding them, they were like, "Oh, okay." There was actually more of a fluctuation out there of them than we actually thought. You know, I think their numbers are definitely off for sure.
Yeah, I think
people were breeding them and sending them over there to the other country to.
That's what I was gonna say. They were getting with people that were successfully breeding them, and they were sending them.
If you look them up, they're literally only from one island, like one part of the whole world. They're only on this one little fucking island, you know. So I think that's what they were trying to do is get more over there and keep it. But to me, it's pretty cool. I would like a species like that because even if they did ban it again, I'm like, shit, I got something rare.
You'd be grandfathered in, you know, and that's what they did. They took the breeders that were successful with it in the States and other countries, you know, UK, Asia, you know, anywhere in Asia, I'm sure, or any Chinese or, you know, whatever state like or country like that, you know, they were successful in reptiles like Japan and China and shit. And they would tell them breeders, you can breed. This is what I heard. This is from the grapevine, but this is from like people that talk to other breeders because I wanted one. I was gonna buy one right when the ban started, so I was pissed. So I was trying to find out about it. But anyway, they were getting those breeders to still breed, but they couldn't sell any of the eggs, and it was like a we call it program or whatever to restock the wild or whatever.
Yeah.
But then I guess they found out that they can't classify anything as endangered if you haven't done the research.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I feel like happened with the blue trees is they jumped the gun saying that they were possibly endangered. So then they put a hold on it. But, you know, that's what they would do with anything. With eagles, bald eagles, you know, bald eagles were on the critically endangered list. And now they're not even on that list at all. They're not on any endangered list through conservation, through people like those blue tree monitor people that were successful in doing what they were doing. They were breeding them, hatching the eggs, and rehabbing them or whatever they had to do. And now we have a population again. You know,
so are pandas.
Pandas for real?
But they say pandas ain't real. So
pandas are real, bro. I've seen them at the zoo. That's craziness.
Those were dogs painted.
Oh, you're crazy. I don't know. I fed a panda in the Atlanta Zoo. I got to feed a panda, what is that? Eucalypt, whatever that fucking leaf is that they eat. Bamboo leaf or whatever.
Bamboo. Come on.
It was cool, dude.
So tell me, if you were to get into something else, what else would you get into?
Well, that's a good question, man. Well, I gotta think, man, because I feel like I have the monitors that I really want and like. I gotta think because I'm more of a lizard guy, like as far as reptile pets than anything. I got well, you know what I would like to get one day, but it's not going over so well with the wife. Is I would like to make like a big outdoor enclosure one day for like some kind of dwarf caiman. That would be really cool, but I don't see it happening in the next couple of years. But maybe maybe if we ever move into a place that has a bigger yard, possibly.
Miss Tommy's Reptiles, Miss Maxwell, if you're watching this, hook our brother up down there and get him a caiman for this coming Christmas. Come on, do it, man.
Yeah. I just think it'd be so cool just to walk into the enclosure and have like a small little crocodilian and freaking throw, chicken legs in his mouth.
That'd be wild. That's for sure. I mean, we got enough gators out in Florida.
Yeah. What about you, man? What would you get if you could get something else right now?
Well, right now I definitely want blue trees. That's definitely on my dream list.
Besides that, though,
I just got the black dragon. Besides that, it's gonna definitely be another monitor species. It would definitely.
I would have thought that Justin was gonna say some kind of carpet or some kind of bigger snake.
I got carpets, no bigger snakes. Really. Like I'm kind of like on the kick of making a swap over to my lizard game. I got the bearded dragons outside all year, which I love that situation. So I mean, man, that's a hard one.
Yeah. What about you, Nick?
It's funny because the guests never ask us the questions, so I never thought about it. But I'm glad that you did. It's awesome. I would probably. I've been looking at a lot of like colubrids and different snake species. Honestly, I know I'm a lizard guy. Everybody knows I would love to have a black dragon. I'd love to have a black tree monitor. But if I was to if I'm looking at it as like something to breed or something like that, maybe. Because if I'm getting another animal, that's honestly what it's for. I'm not buying another pet. I don't need another pet.
Yeah.
And but I've been looking at like what's that? The blue rat snakes or like mangrove snake.
Oh yeah,
some kind of and I really like the olive pythons too. It is a hard freaking question, right? Because it's like you could go on the snowball effect, like it goes from caiman to some kind of boa constrictor or something, and it's like I want it all.
Yeah,
Nick, if I had my own pond, I'd do a snapping turtle.
That'd be sick.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm supposed to be getting one, Adrian.
That'd be dope.
I'm supposed to be getting one, Adrian, this August.
EBT card.
Dude, too bad I didn't know you in like 2019. I could have given you 100.
I don't want 100, dude. Maybe just one's fine. I try not to if I'm not breeding it, I don't want a bunch. Like I have
Yeah.
one rat snake, I have one boa, I have one water monitor, and that's it. If I'm not
Yeah.
like the only reason I have rats is because of food. But if I'm not breeding it, I'm not gonna have something like that. Like I'm not gonna have that many of one species because
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like it. I think that like with colubrids, for instance, I think colubrids will be fun because they're easy. Let's just be real. They brumate. There's different things. You don't have to feed them for 6 months or 4 months or depending on what kind of colubrid you get, so it's like, and you don't have to have an incubator, and it'd be interesting to see, but that there again, I have a colubrid, but I only have one because I'm not breeding them. But I love my colubrid. I got a albino leucistic Texas rat snake. It's solid white
Cool.
with the red eye, pink eye, or whatever.
What'd you name it?
Casper. Casper the friendly ghost. Yeah. I had I'm pretty funny with names. My Asian water monitor's name is Ducky from The Land Before Time.
Oh, I like that. I like
Yep,
that.
yep,
That's
yep. Yep. And my boa is Black Betty. It's an IMG boa.
Bam Balam.
Yeah. That's why I wanted you to name that monitor that. That monitor. But then my Redfoot tortoise's name is Yordis the tortoise. So I like to do. My dog, my Dutch Shepherd's name is Bilbo Wagons.
That's awesome, man.
It's fun, right? It's funny.
Yeah.
Everybody likes it.
Oh,
hell yeah, man. So what do you do like any like outreach things? I feel like you would be good at doing stuff like that. Have you ever thought about doing stuff like that? Like going to schools or like going to shows and presenting stuff and talking about it?
No, I don't do anything like that. The closest thing I've ever done like that was where I work. They have like a bring your kid to work day, and then one of my coworkers is like, "Oh, my son loves snakes, and he loves Brazilian rainbow boa." So I brought my Brazilian rainbow boa to work that day, and then all the kids were coming and picking it up, and I actually didn't like the kid. The kid was really cool because he knows about reptiles and he's responsible and smart and all that. But the other kids, I didn't want their filthy paws on my freaking snake. I'm never bringing a reptile to this to work again. So all these little kids sneezing all over their hands and pick up my reptile. So I'm like, I'm not doing that again. But I could say it's definitely valuable and stuff. It's just I don't do anything like that. But,
I just feel like you have the personality to do it. I feel like it seems like you would do something like that.
Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, I think it's a good thing, but I don't.
Adrian
I don't want those little kids' germs. I don't want those little kids' germs on my turtles, my lizards, or my snakes, man.
Yeah, wash your grubby freaking hands, you little bastard. So, what do you do in your free time that's not reptile related?
That's a good question, man.
It's like we're on a date, I'm like, you're dating. We're dating right now. Like, what do you do on your free time?
Oh my goodness.
I'm a big movie nerd. I just taught my wife how to play chess a few months ago. So usually
I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to play chess.
That's good.
Well, and I've been playing since I was like a little kid, and then I taught her, and I thought it was going to take her years to beat me. She beat me she beat me on her third game with me.
You suck, bro. You just suck.
Yeah, I do suck. Yeah.
And you know what else? I need to tell you. I need to get this off my chest. When you build an enclosure, you need to get an impact, bro. I mean, what are you doing? What is that? What is that? What is happening right now?
Dude, I
watched that video and it's like can't. And I'm like, God damn it. As a construction worker, it's like nails on a chalkboard. I'm like, just drill that bitch in there, countersink it.
Dude, I'm like,
you're right.
Dude, I'm the worst. I'm the worst. Like if you saw what I used to do back in the day, you'd be even more disgusted, man. When I first did my first box turtle sanctuary, I didn't use any. I didn't even. I don't think I knew what a level was. I just was like, oh, I'll just eyeball it, and I just got this saw, and everything was freaking crooked. I had it like that for a year, and then the next year, I was like, I'll knock it down, and I'll try to make it a little better. And yeah, man, if you saw that back in the day, you'd think I'm a pro. Like compared to what I used to be, you'd be like, you came a long way, man.
Okay,
But,
well,
yeah,
well, I applaud you for that. But if I get the opportunity, I'm sending you a fucking impact drill, okay? A quick connect impact. No, man, it's funny as hell. I have to give you shit about it. Those videos, I can't wait though. You said that thing will be done in the next couple of weeks, you think?
I hope so. Yeah, that's the plan, but it doesn't always go as planned. You know,
I
I'll say
love
no more than 3 to 4 weeks, but I'm shooting for 2.
I like to see keep the animals outside. I mean, I think it's the best thing if you can do it. And if you live in Florida, like that's why I thought you said you was going to try to keep your rainbows outside.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm sure you could totally do that, you know?
Back.
Well, you know, it's weird. There's conflicting information. So somebody told me that somebody's like, oh, there's invasive rainbow boas outside. And then a lot of other sources that I read or like videos I watch about them, it says that they can't withstand heat up to like a certain temp. So I'm
they can't.
I didn't necessarily believe that they would die because they would just go to a cool, like they would go inside, they would go to a cooler spot or something. I would
definitely think you would have to have it in a area that is definitely shady most of the day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll probably keep those guys inside just because I'm putting them in my monitor's enclosure and it has a fish tank in it already. So they'll be able to go swim in there and stuff. But if I ever, the plan is to eventually one day, I don't really want I don't care about like having a bigger house, but if I ever move, I would like a bigger yard, and then maybe a bigger reptile room, and I would like to have like one of the walls just be a big rainbow boa enclosure with real plants and stuff. But that's not. I mean, I'm not even close to that. So, but
that would be awesome. Yeah, that's like zoo type stuff. Have y'all seen that guy's basement online? I can't remember where he's at or what his name is.
Serpa Design.
Is that what it is? Where it looks like you're in a fucking zoo. Like he's got the rock and everything down there, the fake rock and all.
Wait, is he like an American dude and he has a big basement with it's all tanks and stuff, or is it a guy who has giant enclosures?
Oh, it's like giant walk-in glass.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
With universal rock everywhere and like
that is awesome.
Shit.
Yeah, that is awesome. I've seen that. I was like, I try not to be, I'm like jealous, or I'm like, man, I wish I had that freaking basement, dude. You know that it's so awesome.
No, it's a natural feeling to be jealous. You know what I'm saying? It's totally natural, bro. I get jealous probably 1,000 times a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually on the whole.
I'm happy to see it, and I like seeing the guy doing that because that's the best for the animal, and it's awesome that he has that. I'm just like, I wish I had that, dang it, you know?
Yeah, I wish I was that big. I wish my thing was that big. Wish I could piss that far.
Right.
But no, that shit's cool. You actually got some universal rock for your thing, right? Is that what that was?
Yep.
Do you like that? Do you like it? Is it everything you thought it would be?
It's more, man. I've been using it for years. And I like trying to make my own backgrounds, I showed you guys Walter, and I put freaking 8 coats of dry lock. I'm like, his nails won't get through it, no way. You freaking the first 2 days he ripped through it. You can have a freaking Komodo dragon ripping at Universal Rock's background for 5 years. It's not gonna make a scratch on it. It's so it's insane. Yeah.
Well, I've seen people like cutting it, and they're breaking out like fucking. This is a knife.
I don't even know. I don't even know how to cut it. I've tried to use a knife. I've tried to use saws, and it's hard as hell to cut. I don't know what to use.
I've seen them use like hacksaws, and then the real good thing that I've seen that people were using on what was it when they were building the Legacy? They used a fucking oscillating tool where it just goes, you know what I mean? And it's got the blade where it goes like this really fast. It's really loud, but that's what they use, and it cuts it good as crap.
Well, it's also good because I've had it outside in my enclosure for like 3.5 years, and it looks the same exact as that. Like weather doesn't damage, nothing damages it. I got like these rust-proof screws, that I screwed into the enclosure. Those things are all rusted and they look like crap, but this thing looks like the same day I got it. It's awesome, man. I can't say enough good things about Universal Rocks. It's cool because the guy who owns it literally goes out to like different parts of the world and makes the molds of like certain rocks and stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Dude, that's wild. That's pretty cool. So there's like actual thought behind it. It's not just like some digitized thing on a computer, you know?
Yeah, I talked to him on the phone maybe a couple months ago, and he was like, I forgot exactly what he said, but he was like, I kind of like to think of myself as the Willy Wonka of fake rocks or whatever. I'm like, that's pretty cool. And in his facility, I don't know if you guys have ever watched like Camp Kennan's videos. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but I watched this one in particular because he was at the Universal Rocks facility, because I've never seen the facility, so I wanted to watch that. And the guy makes he doesn't just make backgrounds for reptiles. You can put them in fish tanks. He makes like coolers that look like boulders, and he make all kinds of applications for his rocks. It's pretty cool. So he really is like the Willy Wonka for fake rocks. But
the everlasting rock stopper.
Yeah, that's a good one, dude. You have a knack for coming up with like cool names, man.
That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. I'm looking at the Universal Rock shit website now. I'm like, damn, that shit's wild.
Oh, I love it. I would love to get in cahoots with that dude because his stuff is awesome. Like, that's what everybody uses. Like, zoos use that shit. People use that shit in their house. Like, they don't even have reptiles. They'll spend like thousands of dollars just to have a rock house.
Yeah, a cave room. Like they have like cave rooms. Yeah, cavern room. And,
cave rooms. I've seen castle looking. It looks like a castle kind of like.
So what is he using? A different material, clearly that is way better. You know.
What is it made of? That's a good question. What do you know what it's made of?
I have no freaking idea.
Like Kevlar or something. You can't even cut the shit.
It's I have no idea what it's made out of. I want to say some kind of rubber is part of the component, but it obviously has other things in there. But I have no idea. But it's super durable. And my monitor, I've had my Quince monitor in with the fake the Universal Rocks for a couple years and didn't make it any kind of damage. And then I wanted to make my own rock background, and he ripped it up in 2 days.
Shout out to Universal Rocks, hook your boy up.
So did you just give him the measurements and he just made you a rock background for it, or?
So like you can order whatever size you want, and then he has like custom size. So like especially for fish tanks, so he has like every single size, and he has quite a variety, like different types of rocks. But so say you have like a 55-gallon fish tank. He has the perfect rock background set panel for that fish tank, and then you can also do custom whatever custom size you
like
want.
For your cage, for your monitor, if you was to do it, you just measure it, right? He probably already has it. It's already got a dimension.
That's what I was wondering. So before my 4x2x2, would he already have the dimension?
Oh, for sure. They've already got dimensions ready for that. Yeah.
And like
for sure.
Side walls and the back wall. You
wouldn't even have to cut it.
You can do that. I have done it with the Universal Rocks, but the new enclosure I'm making for my green tree monitor, oddly enough, I'm going to go back to just having the back wall panel, and then I have one of his it looks like an actual rock, but I'm going to like probably silicone it to the side. I don't know. I'll have to show you guys when I do it, but you can do, and I've tried everything with Universal Rocks. You can kind of like press it and silicone it in. But it's I don't know. I think the one I'm gonna try the one panel on the back just to see how that looks, because I've seen somebody else who had that and I thought it looked pretty cool.
Well, it's good to have that airflow from the sides outside.
Yeah. So I tell you, you get you that liquid nail, you put some liquid nail on there, that thing ain't ever coming off of there, you know.
Well, what do you do? That's what I was going to ask. What do you do when they're outside enclosure for Universal Rock? Do the back wall plywood? That way it'll adhere to it?
Well, for the one that I set up years ago, I just screwed it into like the I didn't even put like a flat panel in the back. I just screwed it into like the what do you call them? The beams, like the beams on each side, and then I like on the border of it, I just put a few screws, and still standing. It's still perfect. You know?
Hell yeah.
Hell
That's
yeah.
dope.
That
I'm surprised that for your green trees you're going to use. I'm surprised you didn't do like the bark background like a lot of people do. Like I see with all the tree monitors, you do like all the bark.
Yeah. Oh my God! Don't even get me started on green tree monitor people, man.
Well, that bark shit, it'll
they attack me all the
deteriorate.
time.
You know?
But
That
yeah, I
bark-
have my baby green tree. I have the whole bark background set up, just like they do, and it works. It works very well. But I want to try. I'm going to go with the Universal Rock for my adult green tree monitor.
That's what I was saying. A bark, like a natural bark, it'll deteriorate after time. And that Universal Rock apparently sounds like it's fucking indestructible.
But not to mention, man, I should try to become a salesman for them. But they also make now fake trees and branches, and yeah, I think you can get like kind of. It looks like bark, but it's like panels. So they make that too now.
Well, somebody needs to tag Universal Rock. Clip this and tag Universal Rock and send it to them. Hook you players up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the guy who owns the company is super awesome. I mean, I've been going back and forth with him for probably like 5 or 6 years, and he's so cool, man. He's awesome.
He's got ponds, vines, ledges, rock hides, backgrounds.
They got everything. He said they got coolers that look like rocks. That intrigued me because I like to drink, and that's cool.
You know what else is cool? He's Australian. So when he talk, I always associate Australians with reptiles and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So when I'm talking to him, I'm like, oh, hell yeah, mate, yeah.
Crikey. I'm in a group chat, in Kyle's group chat. Are you in that group chat, Tommy? On Instagram? Markham Reptiles.
Yeah. I think I'm in one of the big. He's got a bunch of people in it, right? Yeah.
Well, his has a lot of people, but it's the dude from Markham Reptiles, Kyle. And he has that chat. I'll send you the link. It's an awesome chat, dude. There's a lot of Australian people in there.
Yeah, no, I'm in that one. It's
yeah.
Girl, CQ Tropicals is in it.
Brooke.
Yeah.
And then who's the other one? It's like AC Akrine. I can't say it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Like it's like Arcane or something like that. Yeah, I know
something
what you mean.
like that. Yeah, I can't never say it, but they're so fun to listen to. Like I could listen. I've seen the dude from Universal Rock on like videos, and I've with like I guess Will Nace and other people, and he'll be talking, and it is cool.
Yeah,
I do like to hear. I could listen to Australian Knights talk all day.
Yeah, man. I always associate Australians with reptiles, and then I have noticed like because I kind of just realized that in like 2017 or whatever, when I started really getting back into reptiles, I was like YouTube. I didn't realize that there was reptile YouTube channels and stuff, and notice that the Australian reptile keepers, I feel like always go above and beyond to make their enclosures like the proper size and have like natural like I follow this one guy. I can never remember the name of his channel. It's like Beaches Scaly Beasts or something like that. But either way, I like what he does because he has in Australia. You have to keep you can't keep species from outside the country. But so say he has like a Kimberly rock monitor, he'll go out into the wild and he'll use like the substrate that they actually have out in the wild. He'll go get the same, set up all the rocks the same. He'll get the same.
I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah. I know exactly who you're talking about.
That guy's channel is awesome, man.
Yeah. And what's his name? Dave did something where he went around all over the world or where these different places and like.
Oh, Kaufman?
Yeah, Dave Kaufman. And he was looking at that. He was kind of doing that same thing like that. I think that's awesome. I love that. But we are reaching that point of the show. We're going to have to get Tommy back because he is fun to party with. Maybe we'll get him back with some other people that we've had this month. and in the future, and we'll have like an open panel party type deal.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be
You can
awesome.
buy freaking 6s. You can get, bro.
Look, Justin's already on universalrock.com, like Universal Rock.
You can get a whole wall, like a 46 by 20, like 46 feet. By 20.
Yeah. You can literally do your whole house, bro. That's what people do. They will literally make their room look like a cave.
Dude, next time you see Justin on the cam, he's gonna be in a freaking cave, man.
A man cave, literally. I've seen them take the ledges from like, they'll have a Universal Rock room, bro, and they'll literally have like ledges coming off of the wall that they use as like shelves or like a TV stand. And like they can do custom anything really. And they can make stuff to order. And I'm sure it's not cheap. I can only imagine, but it's easy. I imagine it's easy to clean. You say it's durable as hell, and it looks so real. Like it really does look like when you see them rooms, like if you look up on YouTube, like man cave, like parentheses cave or cave rooms or whatever, like they walk in the room and it's literally like they'll be in a normal ass house like I'm in now, you know, and then they'll walk in a door and it's like you're in Narnia, bro. Like it is they have a waterfall on like it's fucking like, where am I at, bro? Like this room costs more than this house. This is awesome, you know.
Yeah, water won't wear it down. Like you can make a waterfall and have it run on it.
They have water features. They have big water features. Like he said, ponds, pretty much.
Yeah, I saw the pond.
Yeah, dude, like it's awesome. Like, Sammy, what's up?
Sammy.
But yeah, we're about that time. We try to do about an hour and a half, Tommy. You know, other people got shows too. But what do you have to tell the people, man? Like, what is your closing thoughts, if you will, about life or reptiles, or anything?
All I can say is, for me, I feel like I'm never like. Not that I'm doing anything wrong. I feel like there's always something I can be doing better. So, like, I got this big enclosure in my reptile room for my Quince monitor, and then I'm like, that's not even close to it's big enough. So, I'm just always trying to if I can make more space for the reptile to have more room and have more of a naturalistic setup, I will. And it's always like, I'm always trying to improve all my reptile situations. Like, the end goal would be to have a giant outdoor enclosure that is like, as big as I can get, like an acre or something. Who knows? But right now I can only do what I can do, and the goal is just always keep trying to do what's best for the reptiles and give them the best, closest habitat that they have, that they can have in my care. Because obviously nothing's better than their natural habitat in the wild. So that's all I can do. But that's the goal, you know.
That's true. I agree with that. So basically, you know, listen to what he said. Try to make it do the best you can for your animals, right? If you think that it's too much, it's probably not enough. You know, so always strive to do better. Justin, what do you want to tell everybody?
Go to Universal Rocks and get you some. Tommy just opened my eyes, you know, like I'm like, yo, this shit is sick. Yeah.
Dude, I can't believe you of all people haven't been on that shit, dude. Like,
dude, that's why I'm like, wait, what do you got? That's that first until you say the cat. I'm like, let me go over here and check this shit. I'm like,
you've been to a big zoo? Have you been to big zoos?
Yeah, I've been to.
Well, you know, like in the enclosures of like the tigers and all these different animals.
Exactly. I see it.
A lot of that shit is not real rock, bro. It's shit like that.
Well, I thought a lot of it like they made, you know, like some of them zoos, you know, they pay people to come in and make that shit, you know, and form it all and do all that. That's why, I didn't know you could just buy fucking shell walls.
Oh, yeah.
Fill up your living room with this shit. And like, you know.
Justin, look, I'm going to go to Daytona and this year, and I'm going to stay at Justin's house, and his whole house is going to be like that. He's going to fucking go crazy.
We have our parents and stuff, you know, and we watch Nick, you know, with the, what is it, the Lizard Lounge, you know.
Lizard Lounge. Shout out to Nick at the Lizard Lounge.
And I'm like, I want to be able to sit in my living room watching a movie with my vines going across and my cancer lights in the ceiling and my blue tree monitor chilling on the vine. My dog's laying there. I got my black dragon and shit. Like,
Bro, you could with that Universal Rock, Justin. I'm telling you.
That's what I'm saying,
Well, I guess we're on a Universal Rock kick. I don't know. I love it though. Make sure y'all tag
we
in
should
there for sure.
We should chop part of this up into like a little Universal Rocks commercial.
I agree. Maybe they'll hook a brother up, player. But I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. This has been so much fun. Tommy is an awesome guy. He's got some really cool stuff. Like I said, everybody's probably subbed and followed to everything. But if you're not, go to Tommy's Reptiles, Tommy's_Reptiles, or whatever. Tommy Maxwell, mother flopper. And
hey, thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it, man. And anytime you guys will have me back, I would be honored to come back, man. It's an awesome show, and I'm gonna keep watching. I'm gonna keep pumping your stuff out on my story.
Hey, I love it, dude. That's what we're all about, is support. And everybody, RWO, don't forget, if you want to be a part of the chat, let me know, and I got you. What you trying to say, Jay?
I would say it'd be really cool if we can get maybe earlier with Tommy and get him to where we can maybe get outside and see some of them outside enclosures and stuff. That's where I'm moving.
I'm moving at the end of May, so we'll have more time during the daytime. Maybe we can make that happen. Maybe
where are you going, man? Where are you going?
I'm moving back to Georgia, man. I'm moving to Jackson, Georgia, where they film Stranger Things.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm going from a town that has a population of 30,000 back down to a town that has like 9,000. 6 or 9,000. So it's pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to it. But I have more free time, and we could definitely probably do that. And by that time, he'll probably have it done, most likely, and it'll be awesome,
If I do have it done and we do another episode, I'll sit inside the enclosure with the Quince monitor, crawling around, have a couple of drinks in there,
Hey, that's what it's all about, man. I'm building a enclosure in Georgia now that I can maybe, bro, I'll sit in my Asian water monitor enclosure, and you can sit in your fucking Quince monitor. Dude, that'd be dope. It sounds like a plan. I'm gonna pester you until this happens. And
I'll do it anytime, man.
Hell yeah. Everybody look out for that. And everybody on Instagram, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, all my links are in the bio. Sub. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Okay. I need that. So share this out to your mom, your grandma, your cousin, your brother, sister. I don't care. Just tell them to sub. I don't even care if they watch it. Just tell them to sub. It'd be greatly appreciated. And don't forget, next week, I had a guest have to reschedule, so we might take a break. We might do an open panel. You never know, but don't forget to follow so you don't miss.
Get Tommy and Adrian on at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Get my Peachy on here. Let's do it
at the same damn time. At the what? All right, everybody, look out for that Sipping with Serpents episode 44. Tommy, stick around while we go backstage. We'll have a hangout session back there if you want. If you ain't got nothing going on, everybody in the chat, we love y'all. RWO for life. Join the Sippin' Circle, okay?